Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I am so excited to do. I am going to be following up on one of my recent Sephora hauls. I'm going to be reviewing all of the products that I picked up. I have a little bit of PR added in here as well, but I was trying everything out around the same time, so I thought that I would include it all in this review video. I will link my Sephora haul that I am following up from down below. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, welcome. So I always start off my videos with an outfit of the day. So today I just have on this dress right here and my slippers. I got this dress, man, I don't know, I got it last year. I'm gonna guess Laura's Boutique. I buy a lot from Laura's Boutique, but it's just like a very comfortable yet like casual dress. Now I also have Target in my head. I don't know where I got it from, but I've had it for a while. It's just like one of those casual dresses. I just finished filming my video for the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, and I had a similar style dress in there, and I said that I was trying to make spring permanently stay here in Las Vegas until it wants to get really warm again, of course. But we keep having days that it's like 70 degrees and it's 40 degrees, and then it's 73 degrees and it's 45 degrees, and I'm like, all right, maybe let's stick with the 70s. So I'm just trying to like have my outfits help the weather, if you will. All right, so I do always link all of my makeup down below if there's anything that you're curious about. I am wearing a lot of the products that I'm going to be wearing in this video. And with most of my Sephora hauls, they are decently large hauls, and I try to get a little bit of everything so then I can also do a trying new makeup along with showing you the haul. So I have that video, like I said, I will have it linked in my description box if you wanna see how I applied these. I did also do some filming on this eye look using the new Colourpop in the Limelight collection, and I filmed that for my TikTok, which is by Samantha March. So if you want to see how I got this with one of the Jelly Much shadows, I can put that link in the description box as well. And as always, if you are new here, hello. I love to chat about new makeup, review new makeup, talk about new makeup, just talk about all things beauty. So if you're not yet subscribed, I hope that you will. And I'm going to be reviewing 10 different products, so we're going to be going from 10 to 1, least favorite to top favorite. But once again, this has been happening with a lot of my ranking videos recently. I like all of these products that I'm going to be reviewing. I think I've said that now in my last 3 ranking videos, that it's like I like everything. It's just adds a little bit of something when you try to rank them from your least favorite to your top favorite, but then it makes it really hard when there's not one clear like this product is no good. But the majority of these products in today's video I purchased myself, so I like feel pretty proud. Like I feel like I've been doing a pretty good job recently on my hauls. So coming in at number 10 and number 9, I have 2 products here from Urban Decay, and these are in the Wild Greens collection. So I put at number 10 the mascara. This is the Wild Lash mascara, but like I said, I think that it's a good product. This is one of those mascaras that just makes your lashes look a little bit better yet natural at the same time. Like I think this would be a good mascara for those of you that have nice lashes already. You lucky dogs, you. Like you have pretty long lashes, or maybe even like pretty dark lashes, pretty thick lashes. You just need like a little bit of something. Maybe you need a little bit of curl, maybe a little bit of extra length. I think that this could be a good option for you because it definitely gives you a little something something when you wear it. But I also really enjoy this mascara because it does not move. It has not transferred on me. That is the biggest thing that I look for in mascaras, is if I'm gonna have makeup all over my face after I'm done wearing it. And the Wild Lash really doesn't do that. So I'm putting it towards the bottom because I've been trying some really great mascaras. Like I have my favorites, the Rare Beauty, the Maybelline Sky High, Lawless Beauty has a really nice mascara. I also recently started testing out the Milani highly rated Anti-Gravity. I have been raving about that one, and it's drugstore, it's affordable. I have the new one on from Milk Makeup, their Rise mascara, which I am working to review next. Really been enjoying this one too. So it's just like kind of out of everything that I'm reviewing, there's so many products that I like in here. It was like I had to put something at the bottom, so I chose the mascara, but I still think that it's a good one. And then at number 9, I have the eyeshadow palette. So I do a series on my channel where I rank all of the eyeshadow products. I was gonna say palettes and products. All of the like eye products, palettes, single shadows, shadow sticks, that sort of thing. I review everything that I tried the month prior. So February's video has already gone live, and I do review the Wild Greens in there. So I will put that one up in the cards if you want to see a palette ranking video and a little bit more in depth on the Wild Greens. But what I said about this one, even in that video, was I still like this one because I put it more towards the bottom as well. I still think that it's a fine eyeshadow palette. It's easy to work with. I think if you are a fan of the Urban Decay formula and that you like that it's not so pow, and you kind of can build it up a little bit more and it's just a little bit more on the soft and subtle side, I think that you would like this one. You still get some different pops of colors in here, but it's nothing that's like too wild, too out there. You know, that's what I think Urban Decay is kind of known for, a little bit more on their neutral side, but then you can still get that, but then you can still add a little bit of green in here or a dash of some of these, you know, kind of like bronzy and red shimmers that are also included in the palette. So I've done some fun looks with this one. I think that it's really easy to work with, which I like something like that. I'm more of like a buildable, blendable type of eyeshadow girl, so that's why I tend to like the Urban Decay palettes, but it's nothing that like crazy knocked my socks off by any means, so that's why I put the collection a little bit lower. I did receive these both in PR from Urban Decay, so like I said, I have a little bit of PR sprinkled in this video. Next up, coming in at number 8, this product I really do enjoy, but this is where I started to get like really picky with how I was gonna start ranking. But at number 8, I have from Kossis, this is their Revealer Skin Improving Foundation with SPF 25. I got the shade Light Medium Neutral 200. I did get this sent over from Kossis, which I was really excited for because a lot of people were asking me to review it. So this one retails for $42. It's supposed to give medium coverage, a natural finish. It's also supposed to be hydrating. It does have the SPF in there. This one, like I said, I really do like. It comes in a glass bottle. It has this pump here. The only reason that I decided to rank it lower is because the shade match is a little bit off for me. And just like with the Kossis Revealer Concealer, I find both of these pull more yellow. Even though both products that I got, I chose for a neutral because I'm typically more neutral or leaning more cool myself. But I find that both of them lean a little bit more yellow, and I've heard quite a few people say that. It was actually why I didn't purchase the Kossis Concealer right away, because I kept hearing so many people comment on how much more yellow it can be. But in the end, I decided to do it, and I like the concealer. I think that it's a good one, but I feel like I definitely have to kind of play around with my powders that I'm using to make sure I don't have like too yellowing of my under eyes. That's kind of the same that I think about with the foundation, but it's a really nice foundation. I still like to wear it anyways. Generally, I'll just put my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish powder on top, or the Dior Powder No Powder, either in shade 2N or 3N. I have 3N on today. Either one of those I feel like kind of offsets that coloring. Even I have the Kosas Cloud Set powder, but I feel like I get a better shade match with either the Charlotte or the Dior, and then it kind of takes that away. But in the trying new makeup, I also did like an up close for TikTok with this one, and you can see when I first started to blend it out, it's pretty yellow on my skin. So that was the only reason I decided to put it in at number 8. But otherwise, I really have been enjoying this one. I prefer a more medium coverage natural finish foundation. That's my particular sweet spot for foundations. So this was one, when I saw it coming out, I was like, ooh, I would like to try that one because I bet we would get along. And I really do. It's nice and long wearing. You know, it evens everything out and gives you that medium coverage without being too heavy, too cakey. I can still see my skin through it, yet everything just kind of looks a little bit better. I like the wear time to it. It doesn't do any sort of like settling into my lines anywhere or caking up in any like weird spots. So I've been really impressed with this one from Kosas. So just the shade match, it's not so great. Next up at number 7. This is a new release from Fenty. All right, so I picked up their Fenty Icon, the semi-matte lipstick. Okay, all right, here it is. So in case you missed the haul, Fenty came out with these new lipsticks, and they are refillable lipsticks. Me buying the lipstick, trying to be the good YouTuber I am, purchasing it right away when it came available on the Sephora website, didn't realize I was just purchasing the refill, and you also have to purchase the case separately. Most lipsticks that I've had experience with being refillable in the past, or even like brow products that are refillable, the first one comes with the case and everything, and then you just buy the refills. That was my bad. That's not an option with the Fenty. So, but you know what? I was like, it is what it is. Yeah, this looks kind of weird, but like, what ifs? And then in that video, I had some people comment to say people are actually not liking the case from Fenty. They think that it feels cheap, it's breaking on them. And I was like, I'm not gonna buy it then. Like, look at me being so frugal. I was like, whatever, like this is fine. So this is how we kept the Fenty lipstick. So it is what I'm wearing today, along with a lip liner that I will be reviewing. I got the shade Schola Sister, and I really do like it. You can see that it's a nice kind of like rosy mauve pink. I really do like the shade. This is one that I couldn't figure out at first because it does say it's a semi-matte lipstick, but when I tried it on in that initial trying new makeup, I was like, this is more of a satin. It was very creamy to apply it, but it gave that kind of satiny finish, and I actually prefer a matte lip or a glossy lip. I don't really like satin. That's not really like my sweet spot, and I feel like it kind of goes everywhere, so especially with like a bullet lip, I kind of just prefer more of a matte finish, which is why I wanted to buy this one. And I will say it was probably an hour later, like it didn't happen right away. And I said it in the video, I wonder if it will dry down matte, and it definitely did. It just took a while. What I have realized through testing it out, if you apply it very lightly, so like what I did today is I literally just went through and kind of tapped it on my lips, and then I used my finger and tapped it out. Then it gives you instantly that matte finish, which I like a lot more. The only con that I've really found to this lipstick, and why I did place it a little bit lower, minus the like packaging issues, is that it is a little bit drying. And I was kind of surprised, like even now I feel like I keep, like if you keep seeing my tongue stick out there like a lizard, it's because I feel like the lip is a little bit drying. I like matte lipsticks, and they tend, not all of them of course, but they can tend to be on the drying side. So I'm just kind of used to it. Again, I can put a balm underneath, I can put a gloss on top. It's not a huge deal to me, but with everything that I'm reviewing, that's why I decided to put it in at number 7. Otherwise, I really do like it. I think that it's a really pretty color. I wish it wasn't quite so dry. At number 6, this is a product that kind of surprised me. I did not think I was gonna like this one when I used it in the trying new makeup, and you saw me apply it and I was like, ooh, I don't know. And then at the end of the video, I was like, actually, that's not so bad. So I was really curious to give it several more uses to see what I think. That is from KVD Beauty, and it is the Good Apple Concealer. So a lot of people lost their minds over the foundation. I didn't try it myself, but when the concealer came out, I had a lot of people request for me to try it. So I purchased this in my Sephora haul and was like, let's give it a go. Now the shade is too light for me. This is shade Light 109. I do think it's like a solid 3 shades too light. So once again, I just kind of have to do a little bit of fixing around with the powders that I use. And a lot of times I'll use concealer on my under eyes and I'll use it to spot conceal, but this is not one to spot conceal because it's just gonna highlight all of those areas. So I do have it on my under eyes today. And this is one that I will say, when I first blend it out, I typically am always blending out my concealers with a damp sponge. It's just my preferred way to go. When I first start to blend it out, it looks very thick. It looks very drying. I will be 35 this month. I don't have the most youthful under eyes. I have fine lines, I have wrinkles, I have more dry skin, so I have dry patches. And when I was first blending it out, I was like, oh no. And I'm also, it's the night that I'm going to meet Madison Miller and we're going out in Las Vegas, and I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I doing a trying new makeup today? This is not gonna be good. By the time that I got done, I was actually a lot more impressed with it. It is a more full coverage concealer. I think that it just needs a hot minute to like sync with your skin or something, because after a little while and after I powder it, I typically will only use the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Powder with this one because it's so lightweight, and I don't want to do a heavy powder. Like the Dior is more heavy. I don't want to use a heavy powder with this concealer since it is more full coverage. But then it really makes the under eyes quite smooth, and it brightens them, which could be the color, but I wish I could think of a good way to describe it. Like, it makes them smooth, and it almost makes them just a little bit more youthful. Like, I feel like you can still see that I have fine lines and wrinkles, and that's fine. Like, I'm good with that, but it really almost kind of like I almost want to say like it like lifts my under eyes. I think it's maybe just the brightening feature, but because it's so full coverage, it kind of smooths everything. And I like it more than I thought that I was going to. It also has a really good staying power. So if I'm gonna be gone for a long time, like I know I'm gonna be out late at night, I'm typically finding myself reaching for the Good Apple now because it gives me that nice coverage and then it really stays in place. So I was more impressed with this one than I thought. So if you try it and at first you don't like it, give it a little bit. Use a really you know, lightweight, like a thinner powder with it, and then I think you might like it. Coming in at number 5, I have a blush that so many of you recommended. This is definitely a Sam Squad that made me buy it. This is from the brand Rose Ink. This is their lip and cheek color in the shade Ophelia. I don't know if you can tell, but I have really been enjoying this one. I'm fairly light-handed with eyeshadows, with complexion products, so when you see something that looks kind of like this, it's like, Girl's been using this one quite a bit. This was the first product that I picked up from Rose Inc. Once again, just because so many of you were recommending it. It is a cream product and I do like cream blushes. It is the blush that I have on today and I think that it's very pretty. You saw my trying new makeup, I was like, wow, okay. It's one of those blushes that I feel I typically add with a damp sponge. I feel like I can kind of keep putting it on and it looks very pretty. I don't feel like I ever go overboard with this blush, which at times I definitely can do. I can get a little bit of that clownish action going on and then I'm like, it's okay. Blush is usually the first to fade. Just keep going, everything will be all right. But with this one, I feel like no matter how many times I put it on and build it up, it just gives me that really nice pink flush, like glowy cheeks. I think that this is a really nice product. I have been very impressed with it. I will say, like, I'm starting to get like these weird, I don't know what's like really going on here, that kind of is like not like bubbling up a little bit, but I think it just means that I'm using it a lot. It has a mirror in here. I was impressed with this one. Definitely gonna keep using it. At number 4, I have the lip liner that I have on. So a lot of you were requesting that I try out the new Anastasia Beverly Hills lip liners. I love trying out lip products. I love lip liners. I wear them pretty much every single time I am wearing lip products. And I was pleasantly surprised at how much I enjoyed this one. Anastasia lip products have not been a favorite of mine in the past when everybody was losing their minds over the matte lipsticks, which were some of the first to hit the market. So sometimes that does happen, but I just struggled with them so much. I don't mind the glosses, but even like the bullet lipsticks I thought were really, really dry and they just were not a favorite of mine. And this is a wooden lip liner, so I was like, I don't know, we'll see. But I really like it. The shade that I got is Deep Taupe. I think that it matches really well with the Fenty lipstick. I've been wearing this lip combo a lot. I'll wear this just with like my Huda Beauty Silk Balm, the Sigma Tinted Lip Oil. I just wore that combo the other night. It is a very smooth lip liner. Sometimes with wooden lip liners, I don't find them as creamy or as smooth to apply, but I typically think that they're long wearing. This one is smooth and also long wearing, and even just by itself, there's been, I think maybe twice now that I have lined my lips and then I've just very lightly filled it in, and this was a really, can I speak? This was a really pretty shade. I think I've sharpened this now like 2 or 3 times, so I've clearly been impressed with it, so I am enjoying that addition to my lip liner collection. At number 3, I have on the bronzer that I have on today. Did that make sense? At number 3, I'm gonna talk about the bronzer that I have on today. I think that makes more sense. This is from Milk Makeup. I am super pleased that I enjoyed this one so much. This is their Bionic Bronzer. So it is a liquid bronzer and I got the shade Time Travel. So Milk Makeup also came out with their Bionic blushes. I purchased a shade of that and I didn't really love it. I was like, you know, it's okay, but it's not gonna be my favorite liquid blush. This bronzer, I have been wearing it so much. I find cream products easier to use than liquid products. There are a few exceptions, like the Charlotte Tilbury wands I find really, really easy to use. But for the most part, I typically go for a cream over a liquid. This liquid bronzer is so simple to use. So I just typically put a little bit on the back of my hand and I'll pick it up with a sponge and apply it. It is beautiful. It's a more glowy bronzer. It just instantly makes my skin just look better. My skin looks like healthier, like I've been out in the sun, which isn't necessarily healthy, but maybe it's good for your mental health to be outside and in the sun and smiling. I've just been really impressed at how good my skin looks when I wear this bronzer. Again, I'm wearing it today. I can't stop using this one. I don't know what else I could say, but I'm super impressed with it. A lot of times when I do a cream or a liquid, I'll typically come in and put a powder on top. Sometimes it's just personal preference. Sometimes I'm just trying to pan my Marc Jacobs bronzer, that sort of thing. Sometimes maybe I want my makeup to be a little bit more long wearing, so I'll set with the powder to have it be more long wearing. The Milk Makeup liquid bronzer, I'll just wear this. I don't feel like I need to put anything on top. I don't feel like it looks patchy or streaky, or sometimes with cream or liquid products, I feel like you can really tell where you've applied it and it doesn't like seamlessly, so I kind of use a powder to try to blend things a little bit. Not with this one. Super impressed with this. I was very surprised. Like I was hoping I would enjoy it because I like a lot of Milk Makeup products, but I didn't think I was going to enjoy it that much. At number 2, I have the foundation that I'm wearing today. This is from Dior. This is their Forever Skin Glow. So this is a reformulated version of what they came out with a few years ago, their kind of original Skin Glow. I got the shade 2.5N. I have shades in both. So I really like Dior foundations. Their Backstage Face and Body is just an absolute favorite of mine. I really did enjoy the Skin Glow. So when they had the reformulated of the glowy one and also the matte one, I started to see some requests come in to review the reformulated one. Once again, I'm super impressed with this. Like I said, it's what I have on today. This is one of those foundations that is so easy to wear. It's so easy to apply. It just like blends itself into your skin, and your skin just instantly looks like you, but a better version of you. More, you know, you get that medium coverage. It's like a medium to buildable coverage. It's a very natural finish, but with that like hint of glow, but it's not too much. Like you can add some powder to it if you want, but especially on my dry skin, it gives me that glow without being like super overwhelming. I think even if you were oily, you might even like this one, but I can't say that for sure. And there is also that matte version, which might be better for you, but I don't find this to be too overwhelming at all. Like I don't look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, I need to like immediately powder like crazy. I enjoyed this one because I tried the original to like see if I could tell a comparison with the original Dior, and maybe it could be because I've had it for a few years, but I feel like with that one, it's almost a little bit more on the drying side, and it almost feels a little bit thicker and not quite as easy to blend, whereas this one feels thinner, super simple to blend out. I mean, it truly just, it takes me such a short amount of time, and it just, the shade match is beautiful. I really, really like this one. Wear time is fantastic on this, and I love that natural, it's your skin, but you look better without looking like you're wearing a ton of makeup. So Dior complexion products, man, I need to get the Backstage Concealer. I wanted to do with my shop with me at Ulta, then I was gonna move over to Sephora. Probably should have done Sephora first, to be honest with you, but I really do want to pick up their Backstage Concealer because I have really high hopes for it. They're complexion products. They're expensive, but I tend to really like them. Coming in at number 1 is actually a collection that I received in PR, but I have been so impressed with that collection. That is the Smokey Nostalgia from Kaleidos. So Kaleidos is an indie brand, and I have enjoyed their products in the past. I've purchased some things from them. I've received some PR from them, but this collection really blew me away. I do have a full video testing out the collection that I can link up in the cards, and I did just review the eyeshadow palettes in ranking all of the palettes for February, and I put them at the top because they are just so good. This particular quad can be a little bit intimidating, especially for someone like me who's a little bit more on the neutral side, but it is so easy to work with. I have a YouTube video with this palette, which is Black Jasmine, and I have an Instagram tutorial with this palette, which is Cold Brew. I was planning to wear Cold Brew today. I've had it out this entire time, and then I was like, oh, I should get some more looks with the in the Limelight collection with Colourpop, but I was like, man, I really wanted to wear this one because this palette is my favorite. Cold Brew from this collection. This is a favorite of mine. I love just the simple quads. I love that you have 3 mattes, but then an absolutely stunning shimmer shade with these. I'm just so impressed with the quality. I love the outer packaging. This collection to me just seemed incredibly thoughtful. I really enjoyed, they also came out with a line of blushes, and while I did just grab one blush to focus on, they have some brighter colors. It's just different from what we see from a lot of mainstream, some of the bigger brands, because you know, indie usually has a little bit more control over what it is that they're putting out. They don't have to worry about investors or retailers or things like that, which means that they can have more control. And I think they just did such a good job, especially with their shade selection. There's a little something for everybody. So I chose out the shade Joyride. I'm pretty sure the only con to this collection is they don't have the names on the actual products. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure that this is Joyride, but it's a beautiful neutral brown blush, which I think is so stunning. I use it in the video. It's beautiful, it's so smooth, it looks great on. I really, really like these blushes. But even the lip products, I have been so impressed with these. These are the lip clays. This one is in the shade Skinship, and it is just the nude here, so it is a little bit more of that like moussey formula, but it's very comfortable. It's not drying. I absolutely love this shade. Like, this is such a Samantha shade right here. When I wear this with the blush, with the Cold Brew palette, it's like a monochromatic nude look, and I just feel myself. Like, I feel super pretty. I feel very confident when I wear it. This is gonna be a more long wearing lip product, but not drying. It stays on so well without giving you that super dry, I'm gonna be like a lizard the whole time. Just comfortable. I'm very, very impressed with this collection. I have seen a lot of positive reviews on it. I think some of the products sold out pretty quickly, which I'm not surprised at all. I hope there's been some restocks. Again, I'll have everything linked down below. But that collection from Kaleidos really caught me off guard with how much I enjoyed it. It's not like I thought that I wouldn't like it, but I was like, this has really exceeded my expectations for this collection. I think Kaleidos did an amazing job with that one. So after that, that is following up one of my recent Sephora hauls, along with a few products that I received in PR, ranking from least favorite to top favorite. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful. I would love to know if you've tried any of these products in the comment section, of course. And as always, if you enjoyed this one, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. I hope you also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.